All right, everybody, this is the baseball head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, the Hunter. Welcome back to the baseball head, and hopefully you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. Before we get into this video, I want to I got another super thanks from Bill Avoider 6076. Thank you, sir. I would ask a simple question. I hope you're not sending me super thanks to avoid bills. Or you're avoiding bills because you're sending me money. But if you aren't, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Also, I mentioned that your host is on X. Hopefully, I'll put the link in the description of this video. Hopefully, you follow me. It's a little more political than I've had on that account. I'm going to try to... I've grown it like crazy the last 2 weeks. Double the follow count in the last 2 weeks. And I hope to get to make a couple bucks on there and really expand what I do here, but please, of course, give it a shot. Also, before I forget, I have another channel called Patriot Hut. I haven't been doing so much politics on there the last couple of days. Been covering the JFK assassination. I've been covering so much, and it's just information that's out there that's readily available on there, and I'm very fascinated with it. So I have stuff on there I think you might like, and I'll have more stuff on there. We're going to get closer to when all that stuff is going to get revealed in another month. But got a couple of things from spring training. And I would mention the page. I'll put the description, the link in the description, of course. A couple of things from spring training. We got a Baty update and a Starling Marte update. First up, this is about Baty. Obviously, the last 2 years have been a struggle. He hit that big home run in 2022. His first at bat in the major leagues against those skunks, the Atlanta Braves, and since then it's sort of been a real struggle. Struggle offensively, struggle defensively, and there's some concern about his ability to hit a fastball. But the Mets still believe in him. They've not given up on him. So they're the most important thing about it is what they think of him. I would say this as well, that the Mets have not traded in almost 4 years any of their top prospects. So every prospect that they've had, they've kept them. And Brett Baty has lasted through a lot of regimes. He lived to the drafted by Brody Van Wagenen, then Jared Porter. Remember Jared Porter was texting all these women, just like Mickey Callaway, texting these women to get a date. And of course, Zach Scott, who's the last guy that traded a big prospect, but some concern about the Crow Armstrong's ability to hit. And he lasted Billy Upper. Now he's here with David Stearns, and David Stearns has not moved him yet. The Mets have a plan for him this spring training. I'm going to go through this from SI, both articles from SI. Carlos Mendoza confirms Mets plan for Brett Baty in camp. Mets manager Carlos Mendoza confirmed that Brett Baty will be getting reps at second and third on spring training. Carlos Mendoza confirmed that Brett Baty will be getting reps at both second and third, signaling the Mets' commitment to find him a role on the 2025 roster. Early in the offseason, Baty was said to be taking reps at first base. But with the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso returning for another year, the team is now exploring other ways to get his bat in the lineup. Now, I would say this as a side. How excited are Met fans going to be when Pete shows up spring training next week? And how excited are Met fans going to be when Juan Soto shows up? I think he showed up already, didn't he? Wait till Pete shows up. That's going to be getting the band back together. Despite some ups and downs in 2024, Baty has remained determined to establish himself as a key piece of the Mets' future with another year of development under his belt. Mets clearly see potential, giving him opportunities across the infield to maximize his impact. However, last season he played 50 games at the major league level, posting a .229 batting average, .306 on base, .327 slugging percentage, with 4 home runs and 16 RBIs, but struggled. Lost the third base job to Mark Vientos. Now, it's going to be interesting what's going to happen there, because Vientos, hopefully he doesn't have a sophomore jinx, because the league will make an adjustment towards him. Baty will also take the field in 2025 a fresh look, switching to number 7 as Juan Soto has claimed number 22 for his debut season in Queens. While number change is a minor adjustment, it represents a new chapter for Baty, who's been putting in the work to earn an everyday role. Projections for 2025 are optimistic, with numbers that would make him a valuable contributor in a deep Mets lineup if he can earn at-bats in a crowded infield. His ability to play multiple positions could further solidify his place on the roster. Mendoza's comments suggest the team is eager to see what he can do with a fresh opportunity. So the Mets have a shot to figure out what they want to do with him. Now he's going to be competing at second base with Jeff McNeil and, of course, Luis Angel Acuna. Ronnie Mauricio is not going to be ready for any kind of play until the middle of spring training. So he's not going to be ready at all in a couple of weeks. So it's going to take him time. He's not going to be ready for the regular season to play in the major leagues, Ronnie. So this is an interesting kind of thing the Mets are going to try with Baty. He played second base a little bit last year in the minors, but not enough to have any kind of sense of how he is at second. And he's a big guy, very lanky guy. I don't know how he can handle second. But we'll see when that happens. Now, part 2 of this video. This is Starling Marte. Obviously, the Mets tried to trade Starling Marte this offseason. And one of the places they tried to trade him to was Kansas City. That didn't work out. And partially because of the money that he's making and his age. He's going to be he's 36 years old. And he's in the final year of his contract, making $20.5 million. This was not a very good contract, obviously. He was good up until September of 2022, and then he got hurt. He wasn't good in 2023. He was okay last year. He had a lot of big hits in postseason. He was very good in postseason. I believe he had a big hit in Game 3 against the Brewers. He had a very good postseason. He's a very good veteran player, but he's not an everyday player anymore. So this is what the Mets are going to do and what he wants to do. Mets Starling Marte offered to play center and wants to stay in Queens. Veteran outfielder DH Starling Marte is willing to do whatever it takes to help the Mets win in 2025. Now, he is a leader on that team. He was one of the guys, along with Francisco Lindor, that called the meeting, that famous meeting from last year, and that turned the whole season around. So he's a leader on the club. So he's not in a situation where he's just a potted plant. He actually serves a lot of usefulness in that clubhouse, but he has to play and contribute. But he's not an everyday player anymore, so you're going to have to sort of play him late in the game, have him DH late in the game, have him hit against left-handed pitching, and he's going to DH, he's going to play the outfield. On Saturday, Mets manager Carlos Mendoza told reporters he already had a good and very honest one-on-one conversation with Marte about his role. This includes platooning with Jesse Winker at DH, pinch hitting for each other, stealing bases, and occasionally playing right field on days when Juan Soto's penciled in as the DH. It'll be interesting to see how much how they utilize the designated hitter spot. Mendoza also mentioned that left field could be an option if needed. It is noteworthy, especially at the brand name will indicate that DHing more often remains a possibility as he works his way back from plantar fasciitis. Now, I've had that. It is extremely painful, and it comes and goes. And there's really nothing you can do about it. He could have it one day, and then he never gets it again. I had that. I had that in my right foot for at least 6 months. If I sat down too long, if I was driving, I'd get that sore pain in the back of my heel. So you get it. And then it went away, and then I got another foot, and it went away. So, that's how it is. And I'm not a baseball player, and he's young to be getting this. But it is annoying, the pain. And it's painful. And a lot of times it just goes away. And obviously, he's probably still managing it. Marte even offered to take reps in center field, a position where he has 4,492 and 2/3 innings. So I would think that the Mets will play Brandon Nimmo as a designated hitter. I've been suggesting that for a while, that probably starting next year, he'll be the semi-regular DH. Because his defense is going to suffer with his foot being a problem. So that's something the Mets have to sort of keep an eye on. With two strong defenders available in center field, Jose Sear and Tyrone Taylor, along with the Mets' number 2 prospect, Jet Williams, it is difficult to envision any scenario where Marte plays in that spot. But as Mendoza noted, this shows that Marte is willing to do whatever it takes to contribute. Now, another thing to keep in mind is Marte's defense is not as good as it was. He was a Gold Glove outfielder, won 2 Gold Gloves. He played great defense in 2022. But obviously he's missed a step in the outfield. Here's a couple of things. He finished last year with -8 outs above average and a -6 defensive runs saved across 85 appearances in right field. He cannot play right field on a regular basis. The Mets are going to have an issue there with Juan Soto. And Juan Soto eventually will be going to left field. That I can see happening next year, to be honest with you. So right field and city field is very difficult to manage. That's why you need a really good outfield in right field and in center field with city field. That's why the Mets moved Brandon Nimmo to left. So I would think that next year, and this is a long ways away, next year you move Brandon to DH spot most days, and then you put Juan Soto to left field regularly. And that's another reason why the Mets brought in Jose Siri, is he's a very strong defender. He's a better defensive center fielder than Harrison Baty. Harrison Baty was very good, but this guy's better, and he has more power. The only thing he doesn't hit for high average. He's going to hit on the 200. So we all have to be very patient when it comes to him. And of course, Tyrone Taylor, we know we'll get out of him. Big hits, he'll hit you some home runs, and he's a great defender. He's good. He's really good. But again, let me know what you think about this video. A couple of things. Again, thank you, Bill Avoider, for this great super thanks. Whenever you send me a super thanks, you get a mention in a video. And of course, I highlighted in the community section. And of course, I'll put a link into my X account. Want to get that monetized? We're in pretty good shape with it. And of course, I have a Patriot Hut and talk a lot about JFK. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link in there, and you can subscribe to there. Plenty of stuff on there as you get closer to what happens when that information gets released. So, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Baseball Hut, and I'll see you later.